cell membrane. So cell membrane is the first layer of animal cell and the second most layer of plant cell. And cell membrane the further studies of cell membrane is done with electron microscope. The most accepted model of cell membrane is fluid Lussac model. Okay, fluid Lussac model, which is given by Singer Nicholson in 1972. Now cell wall composition. So the composition of cell membrane is made up of 4 types. First is lipid, then protein, then sugar, okay. So it is a study was done and it concluded that in WBC cell 42% 58%, so 42% is lipid and 58% is protein in WBC. Okay, so now lipid phospholipid layer is a bilayer which has a non-polar end and a polar end. Okay, like this, the arrangement is like this. So the cell membrane arrangement is like this. So it is further gone. So this is polar end and this is non-polar end. So and this is lipid. Okay, this is lipid. So the bilayer of the phospholipid bilayer with a polar and a non-polar end is called lipid. Okay, now protein. No sugars. So sugar is a association of lipid and protein. Okay, the association of lipid and protein. Water gives the cell membrane a fluid texture. And now protein. So protein is divided into on the basis of extraction and basis of इसमें भी 2 है, extraction फंक्शन. ठीक है, फंक्शन पे 3 है. तो बेसिस ऑफ एक्सट्रैक्शन peripheral and integrated. And on the basis of function, the proteins are carrier protein, structural protein and enzymatic. Okay, so peripheral protein is the protein which is found on the surface of the cell membrane, on the surface, and this protein is easily extractable by the change of pH. By changing the pH we can easily extract this protein because it is on the surface. Now integrated. So integrated is embedded in the cell membrane, partially or fully. So it is extracted by cruel process like by detergents and okay. Now function. So structural protein helps to form the structure of cell membrane. Carrier protein helps in the transportation, and enzymatic protein catalyze the process of making enzymes.
And structural protein?
Forms the structure of the cell membrane.
Okay.
Okay. So now the composition is clear.
Mm.
Now the function of cell membrane. So function of cell membrane. Cell membrane ensures that liquid that the fluidity is maintained and the cytoplasm cannot flow out. Okay. And its main function is cell growth, cell division, in secretion process. Okay, मतलब in secreting useful substance or harmful substance. Secretion, cell division, cell growth, formation of intercellular junction. Okay, so these are the functions of cell membrane, which can be done with the help of fluid nature of membrane, because membrane is fluid in nature, so it do these four types of activity. Now on the basis of transportation, मतलब cell membrane has two main function, fluidity and transportation. So transportation okay. So it is divided into two: active transport and passive transport, because cell membrane is selectively permeable so it helps in transportation. And transportation is of two types: active transport and passive transport. So active transport is when lower concentration is lower concentration मतलब the movement is across the lower concentration from higher concentration. And passive transport is where movement of higher concentration to lower concentration. Okay, so here in active here is here in active transport, ATP is not required. No, sorry, ATP is required, because lower concentration to higher concentration means we have to um, move move the substance from lower to higher. So we need to put the energy in it. So ATP. Okay, ATP required, and here no ATP. Now carrier protein. So carrier protein, which I have discussed here. Carrier protein is required in active and not required in passive. मतलब it may be required. Okay, on the basis of it require or not require, it is divided into two: simple diffusion and facilitated diffusion. So simple diffusion, here carrier protein is not required, and facilitated diffusion, here facilitated here the carrier protein is required. In simple diffusion, transport of lipid soluble okay, lipid soluble, hydrophobic and non-polar. substance take place. Okay, and in facilitated diffusion, water soluble, hydrophilic. Hydrophobic is a substance which hate water, and hydrophilic is the substance which love water.
Hmm.
So hydrophilic and polar and ionic substance. Okay, take place. Transportation of these substances take place in facilitated diffusion. Here, carrier protein is required, and here carrier protein is not
Not
required.
required.
Okay. So this is transportation. Mm, and here one topic is osmosis. So osmosis is a kind of diffusion which from higher concentration to lower concentration, specifically in water. Okay.
Hmm.
Now, we can say the diffusion of water from higher concentration to lower concentration is known as osmosis. Hmm. Okay, so cell membrane is completed. Now we will move to cell wall. So cell wall is present mainly in plant, not in animal. Cell wall is also absent in mycoplasma. And now cell wall. So its diagram is like this. सही नहीं बना. और फिर यहाँ से दूसरा शुरू हो जाएगा दूसरा सेल. ठीक है, फिर यहीं सेम ऐसा होगा.
Hmm.
So now this is primary wall.
Hmm.
And these three are secondary wall. Secondary wall is 3. So the first one is S1, second one is S2, and third one is S3.
Hmm.
So, and this is middle lamella. Okay, middle lamella is a fluid texture substance which is responsible in joining the two adjacent cells. It performs cell joining activity, neighboring cells, to join the neighboring cells. Now primary wall. So primary wall is elastic, is thin, elastic, and capable of growth. So when cell wall grow, it makes secondary wall. Cell wall secrete secondary wall, and secondary wall is thick, non-elastic, and non-capable of growth. Okay, only, and once secondary wall is formed, primary wall eventually diminished. Okay, primary wall. Primary wall is found in every plant. Okay, well, it is universal. It found in every plant. The acceptance मतलब it is not found, primary wall is not found in parenchymatous plant, parenchymatous plant, and secondary wall is found in some plant, for example, sclerenchymatous.
For example,
Sclerenchymatous. Sclerenchymatous.
क्या होता है ये?
Plant. Type of plant. Part. Okay, so this is completed. Now, endodesmatal. Endodesmatal. Okay. नहीं, इसमें एक डायग्राम और था इसमें ऐसे करके. ठीक है, तो ये तो सेल वॉल हो गई, ये
S1 S2 S3 हो गया.
सेल मेम्ब्रेन हो गई, और ये हो गया प्लाज्मोडेस्मेटल कनेक्शन. And okay, so this is non-living part and this is living part. मतलब this is cell ना, so this has nucleus and मतलब cell organelles and ये सब. तो this is living part and this is non-living. Cell wall is dead, so this is known as apophysis. Apophysis. The movement from cell wall to cell wall is known as apophysis. Non-living area. The movement in non-living area is apophysis, and this is systematic systematic connection. Okay, from living body. Yes. Now endoplasmic. Now endodesmatal. So endodesmatal connection is made up of four cell organelles. Made up of four cell organelles: endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi body, endoplasmic reticulum, Golgi bodies, lysosome, vacuoles. These four cell organelles, these four cell organelles works in a coordinate manner and forms an endodesmatal connection. So it has a diagram. This is nucleus and this is cell membrane. So this is the last part of the cell and this is the innermost part and this is the outermost part, and in this cell these endometal connection is found. Okay, firstly endoplasmic reticulum. Like this, and tubules are also found.
What is this?
This is tubules. Okay, मैं बताती हूँ. Tubules and their vesicles. Okay. उसके बाद इधर ये उसके बाद फिर ऐसे थोड़ा सा बाद फिर so this is endoplasmic reticulum. This is RER, rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this is SER, मतलब smooth ectoplasmic reticulum. अब rough endoplasmic reticulum means these pores are present in endoplasmic reticulum. These pores are ribosome. Ribosome helps in protein synthesis. So RER is responsible for protein synthesis, and SER is responsible for lipid synthesis. मतलब SER is devoid of ribosome. Now, and these are the part of endoplasmic reticulum, vesicles and tubules. This is Golgi body. This is tubules. This is vesicle. This is a part of Golgi body, and this is cisternae. Okay, cisternae is also the part of Golgi body. This is concave, and this is convex. The concave part, and this is convex part. This is lysosome, and these are vacuoles.
Vacuums.
Vacuoles.
Vacuoles.
So the transportation is in the manner like this is a from vesicle. So this need to transport. So it first reaches to a vesicle here. Now from here to here, from lysosome, and from lysosome to cell wall. Substance reaches in this manner. And vacuoles are for storage of waste products.
Okay, dustbin है.
Completed.